Hello and welcome to Sports Hub. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Modern Sinkala. Well, every Monday we come to you live from Mass Media Complex in Lusaka. So make sure you make a date with us every 21 hours on Monday. And of course, there are repeats on Tuesday at 21 hours, also on Friday at 16 hours, and Saturday at 07 hours. Feel free to participate on the program by calling +26021125025, 0211253025, or you can also send a WhatsApp message on 0955 202904 or 0973 433 If you are a social media freak, send us your comments and contributions to Sports Hub Facebook page or Modern Sinkala Sports. Today I'm hosting sports leaders, one from netball and another one from football. So stay with us because I'll introduce them shortly. On how much you know your sportsmen and women segment, well, I didn't receive any response from you. The photo I showed you last week is for the late Debbie Makinka. I hosted his young brother a few weeks ago on this same platform. So Debbie Makinka was born on 5th September 1965 in Harare, Zimbabwe. He played for the national team from 1985 to 1993. In club football, Debbie played for Profund Warriors, which is now called Napsa Stars, before moving to Russia, becoming the first African to play in that country's league. He also played club football in Zimbabwe, Poland, Saudi Arabia, all these countries. So Makinka had 3 children, 1 son and 2 daughters. He unfortunately died in a plane crash off the coast of Gabon on April 28, 1993, along with the entire national football team. May his soul continue resting in peace. So no one got it right, unfortunately, but I have another one for you today. Can you manage to identify the following sportsman? Well, if you do, call us on the number 0211 25 30 25 or WhatsApp message on 0955 20 29 04. So yes, who is that sportsman in the picture? Send us a message or call us. Are you able to identify him? And of course, later on we'll give you maybe a bigger picture so that you can identify him properly, in case you can't identify, in case you have a smaller TV. So get in touch with us. The details will be on your screen, but once again it's 0211 25 30 25 or WhatsApp message on 0955 20 29 04 or 0973 433 802. We'll be able to read your message right here, right now, or comments on Facebook, which is Sports Hub Facebook page, or Modern Sinkala Sports. So before I introduce my guests in the studio, let's look at what happened over the weekend. Let's start with equestrian. Equestrian is horse jumping. So in the International Equestrian Federation Africa Nations Cup, which took place in Algeria, in the city called Oran, from 24th to 26th March 2022. So congratulations to Team Zambia. They won a gold medal in the children's category, which featured the likes of Hadassah Shamambo, Musenge Chungu, Lauren Cummings, and Kerry's Lily. So they won gold. They did very well. Even at an individual level, they also did well. They recorded some clears and also some fourths, but all in all, they won a gold medal, beating the likes of Libya, who came out second. Then third was the host country, Algeria. So Zambia sent a team of, well, 2 teams. So each team consisted of 4 players. So in the juniors category, Zambia had Jed Piri, Hilary Mulubwa, and Megan Lily. So unfortunately, the juniors team was eliminated in the first round. So congratulations to Team Zambia. They actually returned home this morning. All right, so that's all about equestrian. Let's look at football now. International friendlies that were played. Zambia had 2 friendlies, one on Friday, another one on Sunday. On Friday, Zambia beat Congo Brazzaville by 3 goals to 1. Zambia did very well, and newcomer Frankie Msonda scoring the 3rd goal for Zambia. On Sunday, Zambia were taught a footballing lesson, losing to Benin by 2-1. Zambia scored first through Mubanga Kampamba, but failed to hold on to the lead as they allowed Benin to come from behind to beat them by 2-1. Then let's go to the FIFA World Cup qualifiers for Africa. They were played on Friday. So it was Congo DR 1, Morocco 1, Cameroon 0, Algeria 1, Mali 0, Tunisia 1, Egypt 1, Senegal 0, then Ghana 0, Nigeria 0. So the return matches will be played tomorrow, Tuesday, and the winner takes it all. So, so for teams that lost in the first leg, which was on Friday, they have to pull up their socks. So only 5 teams have to qualify for the World Cup, which will be held in Qatar this November, December. For the first time that it will be held in that period, because usually we are accustomed to May, June, July, but because of the extreme weather conditions in Qatar, this time it will be held in November, December. So tomorrow it will be all to play for the teams that lost, and for the teams that won, they have to consolidate their leads. Okay, so from the World Cup qualifiers, let's go to the MTN Super League. Rescheduled games that were played on Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. So there are only 3 games. Green Buffaloes drew 1-0 with Kafue Celtic. Then Saturday it was Nkana 1, Konkola Blades 0. Sunday it was Zanaco 2 and Nkwazi 0. So Wednesday there will be 2 matches that will be played. In week 28, Zesco United will be taking on Prison Leopards at Levi Mwanasa Stadium in Ndola. Then Konkola Blades will take on Kansanshi Dynamos in a week 27 match. Let's see how they are standing on the table. So Red Arrows are still leading. They've played 28 games. They have 56 points. In second position is Zesco United, who are second. They've played 27 games and 48 points. In third position, Green Eagles. They have 28 games and 48 points. Nkana in fourth position. Nkana want to play continental football again, so they have 44 points from 28 games. So actually on Wednesday, there will only be 2 games, like I said earlier on. Then this weekend, it will be ABSA Cup. So in terms of league games, they will return the other weekend. So ABSA Cup, it will be interesting as Napsa Stars will be facing Nkana, and then Green Eagles will also be in action. So looking forward to ABSA Cup games that are coming up this weekend. Let's go to the second tier, which is the FAS Eden University National Division 1 League. Saturday, it was Nchanga Rangers 0, Quito United 0, Kaisa 0, Luapula Green Eagles 0, Livingstone Pirates 0, Zesco Malaiti Rangers 0, Muza 1, Young Green Buffaloes 1. This game was shown live on TV3 in Mazabuka at Nakambala Stadium. Mufulira Wanderers 1, Young Green Eagles 0. On Sunday it was Quattro Kalumbila 0, City of Lusaka 2, Lumwana Radiants 1, Napsa Stars 0, Jumulo 0, Gomes 1, Trident 0, Police College 0. So let's see how they are standing on the table. Lumwana Radiants are now on top. They've supplanted Muza, so they have 57 points from 29 games. And then FC Muza in second position, they have 54 points from 29 games. Napsa Stars in third position, they have 50 points from 29 games. In Nchanga Rangers, they have 47 points from 29 games. So Napsa Stars this weekend, they'll be involved. The only team representing Eden University League, they'll be taking on Nkana in ABSA Cup, while Green Eagles will be taking on Red Arrows. So it'll be interesting this weekend. So time now for me to introduce my guests, and the first one is Netpo Zambia President Martha Lungu Sichone. If we can have her on the stage. Well, she's actually well traveled. She's been Netpo Association of Zambia, NAZ, now called Netpo Zambia. For the past 10 years as an administrator, she served as a treasurer from 2012 to 2016, and from 2017 to 2020 as so from 2012 to 2016 as treasurer, then as committee member should be from 2017 to 2020. So she's also served, now she's president, so from 2021 up to now, she is president. So there you are, that's Martha Lungu Sichone. Quite a rich CV because she's also served under the board of the National Sports Council of Zambia and also the National Olympic Committee of Zambia, plus in Netball Africa as treasurer. So it looks like she's very good with cash. You can trust her with cash. So that's Martha Lungu Sichone. We also have Football Association of Zambia FAZ women representative for Lusaka province. That's Belinda Mlenga. So there she is, a walk of a footballer or a football administrator. There you are, Belinda Mlenga there. So prior to becoming FAZ representative, she served as an official at National Assembly. So welcome to Sports Hub, ladies.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, indeed. All right, so let me start with you, Martha Lungu Sichone. Just give us a brief background of yourself, where you were born from, where you grew up from, and how your childhood was.
I was born in Chipata 51 years ago.
Wow.
So you know how old I am.
Yes, yes.
I'm very proud of my age.
Indeed, that's great. Very few people reach that age nowadays.
Yes, modern. I was born in Chipata. Grew up a bit in Chipata, but I grew up in Kabwe, in High Ridge. I went to Nimtree Primary School and a bit of Kabwe Secondary School. Then went to Mumbwa Secondary School. Then from Mumbwa Secondary School, I went to St. Joseph Secondary School. That's where I completed my grade 12.
Okay.
Yes, and I started work in 1990. I've been working as a banker for 32 years.
Wow, quite a lot of experience.
Absolutely.
Now I understand why they trust you with money.
I've worked in 3 institutions, unbroken record modern as a banker, and I'm very proud. I'll leave a legacy for myself and the banks that I've worked for, and I'm still working for.
Wow, great.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear from Belinda. Give us your brief background.
I'm Belinda Mlenga. I was born in a town on the Copper Belt, Mufurila. My father was a miner. My late mother was a teacher. Then in 1979, we were transferred to Kabwe town. So actually I grew up from Kabwe. I started my grade 1 at Jesmine Primary School, which is now a secondary school for boys, where my mother was a teacher. From Jesmine Primary School, I went to Mkobeko Secondary School. From there I went to Chinsali Girls. That's where I completed my grade 12 from. And then I went...
Which year was that when you completed your grade 12?
1992.
Wow. I was just starting my grade 1. Okay.
Yeah. And then from there I went to college in Monze. I did hospitality. And I joined the National Assembly of Zambia in 1998. Up to date, that's where I'm working. But I changed my career from hospitality. I went into communication and I was sent to Zamtel College. That was in 2008 and in 2010, sponsored by National Assembly of Zambia. I've been working for the past 24 years and I'm still working.
Wow, incredible. Right, now
just to add on,
yes,
I'm a mother of 4 children, 1 boy, 1 girl, and a set of twins.
Wow, Vana
I
Mpondo.
didn't mention my Narito status also.
Yes, you wanted to add on?
Yeah,
Martha?
I'm a mother of two, a man and a daughter. My son is a man because he's married, and he's given us two beautiful granddaughters. I'm a Nakulu,
Wow.
and married to Mr. Schone. He is my support system.
Wow.
I've been in netball all these years, and he's been backing me up.
Wow.
Yes, so
Alright.
so much. Wherever I go, I'm with him most of the times when I'm doing the sporting duties. So he is my support system.
Wow, great. I'm sure we'll be
Yes.
able to see his photos shortly so that we see the support system. And yes, I can back you up on that one. Namwangas will never fail you.
No, they'll never. They'll always
They
be
are always
there.
gentlemen.
Yes.
All right. Now tell us, how did you get into sports? You know, you just gave us a background of you being a banker. How did you gain interest in sports?
More than I started in, netball when I was 11 years old in grade 5.
Wow.
I've been in netball for 39 years.
Wow.
Started as
Wow.
a player. I played for secondary school. We had a very
And
strong
we can
team.
see you there as a player.
Yes, yes.
Hmm.
I played at school. When I started working for Barclays then in 1990, we had a very strong team, netball team for Barclays. So I played for the Barclays team, and I was also when we stopped playing for the serious business netball, you know what I mean? We formed what we called the Madalas Netball Association. I was the first president before I came into Netball Zambia, Netball Association then.
Hmm.
So we started the Madalas League, where Barclays was part of that league, Zesco and a few other companies were playing with. From there, I was rising up from when I was a Madala Netball Association president. That's when I was voted into a treasurer in 2012 Netball Zambia. In absentia.
You know, what photo is that? The one we are seeing there.
There we were in Singapore for the missions food tournament where the girls in 2016.
That was in 2016.
Yes, the girls came back with gold. We beat all the 5 countries that were represented there.
Wow. And by then you were
I
the
was
treasurer.
a team manager.
Oh, team manager
Yes,
then.
I was committee member and team manager for the team.
Great. Great.
Yes, I was team manager.
All right.
That is still Singapore.
Wow.
The team.
Some of the players you can remember from there.
Yes, there is Elizabeth Walia, Lucy Jere, there's Beauty Nakazwe, Leni Seya, Naomi. Naomi. Then there's Joyce
and I
Mwanza,
can see the
Coach Zulu.
Charles Zulu.
Yes, yes, and yeah,
Okay.
Roda Zulu. Yeah,
Great.
there's a powerful team.
Great. So 2012, that's when you went into serious Netball Zambia administration.
Yes, I became treasurer then, and I served for 4 years. Then, you know, sometimes we have politics. There are also politics in
netball.
in sport.
No, we're only used to some sports associations, not netball per se.
Everywhere there. So I was. I lost the position in 2016, and I became a committee member. And you know, from treasurer to committee member, that's a demotion. Any other person could have said Nafileka, because this is a demotion. But I said, I'm not going to stop. I'll soldier on, because I know what I want to achieve. I want to get to the top seat. And when I hinted to my colleagues that I want to do this, to get to this level, they thought maybe I was joking. But that year passed, I said, I'm not going to stand. I know when I'm going to stand. So when 2020 came, we had elections, and I won, and here I am, and the president of Netball Zambia, from a committee member to a president. It was a very big achievement.
It was like you jumped.
I jumped. Even the falling from treasurer was even smaller than the jump that where I am sitting now. And I was also, like you mentioned, Africa Netball treasurer from 2015 to 2019. Then I withdrew my candidature in 2019. I didn't stand. Then 2021, I was re-elected again as the treasurer for Africa Netball. So it's been a good journey for me.
Good journey indeed. But before I come to Belinda, what prompted you to go into administration?
I think I reached a point where I wanted to add value to the sport with the knowledge I had. And the windows that opened for me as treasurer to get into Netball Association then, I think opened up my chances of me knowing what the side of administration in sport is. I learned a lot when I was treasurer how to run. Sport is not, you can't just get into sport and you don't know how to handle the other side of the administration part. And partly my work experience also helped me to blend in so well into sport, because it's basically like you're running an office. You have people that you work with, and for you to achieve your goals, you need to respect the people's views. You need to respect what other executive members are saying, because it's not all about the president to give direction, or you have to consult your executive. And believe you me, Modern, we changed our constitution in 2020. The new constitution has worked wonders for us, because each one of us has got a role to play. They've got their area. Let me just say a job description, where if we say we call for an executive meeting, each one of them comes with a report and say, this is what I've done.
Great. Okay. Let's hear from Belinda. How did you get into sports?
Actually, when I was growing up at school, I used to be an athlete and high jump.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
But
100 meters or long distance races?
Both.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I joined Parliament in 1998, I became a supporter for National Assembly, for both women and football, or for both women and men. And as I was we were going on, I developed interest so much in football. And most women at our working place, they are not much into sport. So it was in 2008 when Gladys was in the executive, passed on, may her soul rest in peace. I was approached by the former chairman, Mr. Boniface Chanda, popularly known as Boncha. I said,
and I can see there you are involved with the national team.
Yes. Actually, this was last year in December. We went to Ghana with the national team under 20.
Right.
But we were booted out from Ghana.
Yeah, that 1-0 loss, it was
very painful.
Very heartbreaking.
It was actually.
Okay. All right. And that's still in Ghana, isn't it?
It's still in Ghana at a hotel. Although they call it a hotel, to me it was looking like a lodge.
You are right on that one.
Yes.
I was in Equatorial Guinea in 2012.
Yes.
what they call hotel, here maybe says something like a lodge or maybe even a guest house.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. So when I was approached by Boncha, can you join the executive? I said, yes, I will. That's how I got into the National Assembly executive. And each time, that time the term was running for 2 years. So every 2 years I will recontest and go through. That's how I joined the executive. And I wanted also to support our female players at work, because I saw that most of the times when you are in the EXCO meeting, the men will only support the men. The female, they have no one to speak for them. So that is how I also developed interest when they said FAS now is going to decentralize the provinces, each province to have their own EXCO members. So I said, I think this is an opportunity for me to also speak for the girls in Lusaka.
And I can see that was the campaign team.
That was the campaign team.
I can see Dan Chima there in the middle.
Yes.
That's you on the right.
Yes.
And on the left? Who's that?
Pride Mlonga, the committee member.
Ah, okay. All right. Yes, I interrupted you. You can go ahead.
Yeah, that's when I now joined the race at FAS. And luck was with me. I pulled through, and I'm now representing the girl child in Lusaka province.
But I think I wouldn't call it luck. I think you worked hard for it. I remember the time when you were campaigning, going around. How can you describe that experience of, campaigning?
I think our campaign was the worst, because we campaigned for 1 year.
1 year.
And our pockets were drained. And we used to travel places. I remember one time we went to Nampundwe on that gravel road. And when we reached there, we found that the people wanted to see from Nampundwe club, the chairman, we left him in Lusaka. And we had to wait. And we were so hungry that we wanted to eat. We went to the so-called market. We couldn't find the proper restaurants. And we had to sit to eat the nshima from the market. Those were some of the challenges that we went through. Coming back, you find that your vehicle now has to go for service. Actually, it was not easy. It was tough.
Wow. And during the elections, which candidates did you beat?
There was only one person, Chungu Chintelelwe.
Oh, so the race was not very tight, right?
It wasn't very tight. But if you don't campaign, you don't underrate anyone in any election. Yeah. It was still tough.
Okay, all right.
Because she was also campaigning, I was campaigning. We were talking to same councillors. So you don't know who promised you that will vote for you on that day and changes his mind or her mind. So we kept our fingers crossed, both of us.
Great.
Yes.
Okay, before I ask you the next question, let's just to recap on the question that we are asking for today, the photo question. I want you to identify the player on your screen, and if you do, the number is 253025. That's the number you'll be calling us on. Who is that player on your screen? How much do you know your sportsmen and women? Who is that player on your screen? 253025. That's the number you're calling us on. WhatsApp is 0955 2029 04, and also 0973 43 38 02. 0973 43 38 02. Let's go. Keep that phone buzzing. Let's hear from you. Now, Belinda, regarding administration, how can you compare the two? Being at National Assembly and also at FAS. What's the difference?
Okay, the difference is not much, because from National Assembly I was dealing with players. Even at provincial I'm still dealing with players. So I would say it's the same, but dealing with a bigger number. And challenges are more or less the same, because we are dealing with clubs and players. So I wouldn't say there's any difference. What I would say is that I came into the province as a women rep with experience. So that is what is helping me to understand the challenges that a girl child is going through. And more especially that I also served as a team manager for the under 20 from 2013 up to, I think, for a period of about 6 years. Yeah, so at least I have that experience, and I don't see the difference. Because even when you are a delegation leader, it's the same things that we used to do at the clubs when you are the delegation leader for the club. So literally it's the same thing, but just dealing with a bigger number.
Okay. With you in administration, what are some of the things you achieved at National Assembly? I know now National Assembly has really gone down. Now we are talking of teams like Green Buffaloes, Red Arrows. Lusaka Dynamo is coming up now.
It hasn't really gone down. As you know, we are taking sport closer to the people. Although this time we said we serve the people through the sport within Lusaka, where Parliament is situated. But when I was in the administration, we tried. The team never played in the Lusaka province. We only played in Premier League and I think the national, what's this, Eden University. What's this, the Eden League. But we also, at one point, we also played in the province.
Okay, so you mean you were not an administrator only for the female team, but also for the male team?
Yes.
Okay. Right, yes, but
and,
maybe the female team is even better, but the male team now is playing provincial football. So it looks like things are not okay. As an executive, you're not doing the right thing.
No, as I told you, we've just decided to say this time we bring it closer to the people in Lusaka. We are actually doing well, as that now they are second on the table, and they are closing up the gap with Rifle Men. They are bouncing back next season. And for the girls, they are doing well, but not very well, but they also pull up.
Okay.
We'll try and work hard on both teams.
Okay, so under your tenure, what are some of the things that people will remember that, okay, when Belinda was here, there was this that happened, maybe the team won this trophy or maybe promoted to this league? What are some of the things that they'll remember about you?
We won a lot of cups. You remember there used to be tournaments in the showgrounds, so most of them those were won by National Assembly, and we used to dominate the league the way Buffalo is today. That was National Assembly. But I think what has killed us a lot, because these defense teams, they promise the players that they are going to employ them, which National Assembly is not doing. So you find that our good players, most of them, they live in search of greener pasture. So that is what has drawn our team back. But in future, I'm sure something will be done that we do not lose our players.
Okay. Let me hear from Martha. Under your tenure as an administrator, what have you achieved?
I was team manager to the World Cup. That's a legacy I will ever live to cherish. In 2014 we qualified to the World Cup, and I was the team manager for the team. Though we didn't do well, but for us to achieve getting into the World Cup, I think it was a huge achievement. And also taking the team into Singapore, still as team manager. I was part of the bigger team, the bigger picture that brought glory to the country.
But at the World Cup, you came out second last.
Yes, so. But at least we qualified better than our colleagues. Football.
They've never been to the World Cup.
Never been to the World Cup.
No. We have been to the World
The
Cup.
boy, the
under
young ones,
17.
no,
As
I'm
girls
talking
under
about the
17.
senior team.
The senior team has
Has
been
never.
to Tokyo.
The Olympics.
The Olympics. They qualified. The only team in Africa. We did.
Okay.
Yes, and I was also part of the team that changed the constitution, like I mentioned, which is our constitution is tailored to African netball and as well as world netball constitutions, because we wanted to align to our mother bodies, international bodies. Yes, so I was part of that team that who leave that legacy that we changed for the better.
Okay.
Yes,
Any major trophies?
the Singapore
either-
one.
Okay.
That's
gold
the gold
in
one.
Singapore.
Then
Okay.
in Tanzania 2013 we came back with bronze, and also 2014 when we were qualifying to the World Cup, we came back with bronze.
Okay. There's a
Yes.
big question that no, netball is supposed to be a big sport, because like when we were growing up, we only knew football, athletics and netball as the only sports disciplines. We can see that athletics is big, has produced big players like Samuel Matete, for instance. You're able to refer to it. Football, we've seen what football has produced, but netball, what has been wrong? Netball has remained in the doldrums.
Modern, we are trying to rewrite history now, and why are we rewriting history is we've partnered with a lot of partners like Sport in Action, where we are creating hubs, because remember, we cannot just have these elite players that are playing in the leagues. What if they get odd? Where are we going to get the players from? So we are creating what we are calling netball hubs in all the provinces. Lusaka is already set. We have about 7 hubs in the communities. You go to Kalingalinga, you find the past weekend we had 24 community teams participating in the opening tournament, and those are little girls as young as 12, 13 playing in that league. So we are replicating that in all the provinces. We've already covered Southern Province, Choma. We've created about 4 hubs, Kabwe and Ndola. So we'll be going to Chinsali, I think, anytime soon. So we want those hubs. They will now be like nurseries for the senior team. Because if you look at the current national team that we have, most of the girls, Joyce Mwanza, Besia Katete, are coming from those community teams.
The last outing was quite disappointing by the national team at the African Championship.
Yes.
Where Zambia even lost to teams that Zambia was beat. Yes, teams like Namibia.
Yeah.
What is happening? Many people are saying you have tired hands.
Partly, yes. But I think what killed the team, I think was endurance. They were too heavy for that kind of game. And also after coming from, because remember we had two tournaments within the same period, 2 weeks, 2 tournaments, the Penn Series as well as, so some of the players that were at the Penn Series went into the African Championships. So I think endurance also killed us, and just the game management. I think the girls were failing to understand what the coach was telling them. We did quite bad, and it was very disappointing. And the last time I was here, I think I apologized on behalf of Netball Zambia to the whole nation, because the performance was terrible.
Okay.
In the first time, I think we've had we've not done worse as we did in November in Namibia.
Okay. So you've been at the helm since 2021 as president. What legacy would you want
2020.
2020, right? So what legacy would you want to leave? By the time you leave office, how many times will Zambia have qualified to the World Cup? How many trophies? And will everyone be talking about netball, like the way people talk about football in every home?
Modern, we are qualifying to the World Cup in August.
This August?
Yes, because we are engaging a lot of partners. Because you know what kills us most of the time is we have little resources to prepare. Then we get into the competition with having just maybe 2-3 weeks of training for the girls. So now we have said we have about 4 months. We want them to start training now. We want to prepare to go and participate in that qualifiers in South Africa. The preparations
to compete, not just to participate.
To compete and win, get into World Netball 2023 World Cup in Cape Town.
Let me hear from Belinda. Belinda, when you were just voted into office, I remember doing a story on you. You had gone to Mrs. Ground to check on the conditions, and from the time you were voted in, that ground is still the same. What are you doing as Lusaka?
It's still the same. We can't find sponsors up to now, and I think that time it was crucial for Zambia. That was the time we were going into elections and so on. So it was actually difficult to even approach the government. But I think now we know that even the new government that has come in is doing well on sport, like this provincial youth tournament, which will be coming on next month. It's a good program. I'm sure from there we'll be able to talk to the Minister of Youth and Sport to come in and help us how we can improve that ground. And I think the women coordinator for Lusaka province, we are in talking terms and coordinating some programs. I'm sure I'll take them there so that they can see what is happening in the communities.
Okay.
Hope to find sponsors.
Okay. So what challenge, let me start with you, what challenges have you faced in your administration?
Within the administration?
Yes. Something that has been making your work difficult?
No. I haven't had any challenges, because you know.
No challenges. Okay,
like
then we expect a lot of trophies.
Like I mentioned to you, the constitution that we put in has given us hope, because there's no lazing around. Vice President events and projects, whenever she has her role. Vice President technical, she has her role. Head development, he has his role, and the head marketing, and SG and treasurer. So each one of them, they are working independently. There's nothing like I should remind you what to do, because you'll be asked about the report after 3 months. It's a quarterly report. Where's your report? What have you done? Mm-hmm. So yes, there are frictions in any organization, but we don't wash our dirty linen outside.
All right.
We stick inside.
What's the biggest thing that you'd want to achieve in your sports administration?
Getting to the World Cup, I've told you.
You've been there before.
I want again to go there. And I want to leave a legacy of transparency. Is my even at my my campaign message was I want to leave a legacy of transparency and trustworthy. People should know Martha Sichone as a trusted person. They can trust me with anything.
Okay.
That's a legacy I'm leaving. Just before you get to, I wanted to tell you that I was also at FAS at one time.
Oh, okay.
Do you know that we started the girls' football?
In 1991, is it?
No, late 90s. We started the girls' football.
Not with the LFA?
No, Last Connect. Remember there was a team called Last Connect from Barclays, where Beauty Mwamba,
the coach now,
Beauty Mwamba, Edinasha Nayame,
Edinasha Mambo,
Nayame,
okay,
Gift Lisaka, Mavis Musonda, all those girls that you had in the national team, we groomed those girls. We took them to Sweden for the Gothia Cup, and we came back with a silver medal in 2004.
Great to hear. Belinda, very quickly, what's the biggest thing you would want to achieve in your administration?
In my administration, I want to be remembered in so many ways, especially that even some of the things that we promised the people, we have done it. I want more females to be trained as coaches, as administrators.
Great. You don't want to become first president at some point?
That's when I know that I have reached that level, I can. But for now, no.
Okay. Thank you very much, ladies. Let's go for a musical break, and when we return, we see some challenges. We want to see who is the strongest between the two of you. I know, Belinda, you are slightly younger than Martha. So we'll see. So for now, we go for a musical break.
Basambya tukondo chachine umfa vuvuzela chachine mzoli wa chisungu chachine kulumba basambya wanulavu opponentina alala chachine kipa na shipula chachine nasi mdimana chachine seni tubalonge chachine Zambia balange abola Zambia balange abola Zambia balange abola Zambia balange abola
Nyembo za chikata Bishop Latin kama vikapa Charity Mukabin Latin kama vikapa iwe tewa bola fie Ndetira tewa bola fie Bala baturi munchende Leta Mufwapa Wanza ba dokta Ba boxa na ba businessi Ukulunda bovenya ma teachers Kujumwaya kufyala fyabele bige We wish you best Imwanangu bakubwela bonse Mutende fyo mutende Imwe bonse bakateka Maambasada na ba masambirilo Hey, leta ni fyuma Ifyabu ya ntanshi Shimba, leta kama vikapa
Zambia balange abola Zambia balange abola Zambia balange abola Zambia balange
All right, time for challenges now. We'll see who is the strongest. So apparently Martha is just, I think, 4 years older than Belinda. So, so in terms of age, nothing to worry about. So what will you start with? Ball juggling or arm wrestling? Ball juggling. Start with ball juggling. Start with Martha. And the time starts now. I'll be counting. No dropping of the ball. Time starts now.
Na iwe
1, 2. Okay, thank you. Tawapa Ntapo Bola. Belinda, you're administrator of football. So let's see what you can do. Time starts now. 1. Martha actually has done well, better than Belinda in terms of ball juggling. So one is an administrator in netball, another one an administrator in football, but the one in netball has done better. Okay.
No, she was in football before. She was
So let's see, maybe arm wrestling. Let's see if maybe Belinda can come back, can bounce back. So yes, rest your elbows here. Belinda also here. Yes.
Kuchita so
So-
Belinda
Yes.
Belinda
So yes. So no cheating. When I say 1, 2, 3, go, that's when you go. 1, 2, 3, go. Can Belinda bounce back? Or maybe Martha will take it. It will be a 2-0 for Martha. Who is the strongest? Netball up against football. Belinda is hanging in. Oh, Belinda has equalized this 1-1. Well, so Belinda, despite being young in age, well, I think maybe because Belinda has a bigger body and,
Yes.
and she's taller. But you are all winners. Thank you very much, ladies, for coming through. So I was hosting Martha Lungu Sichone. She's the president for Netball Zambia, and she's been at Netball Africa. She's been at the National Sports Council of Zambia Board and also National Olympic Committee of Zambia. Belinda here is the first women's representative. She was voted into office and still enjoying maybe up to 2024, and we'll see whether she will bounce back. So they've shared their stories, where they were born from, how it has been for them. So until next week, when I come with another set of guests, thank you so much for joining us. My name is Moden Sinkala. Goodbye.